What is up, you guys? It's your boy Rigozen, back again with a brand new video. We're gonna be talking about the goddamn furries again, but we're gonna be talking about a specific furry. It's usually how it goes, right? So we're gonna be talking about Pkrussl, but we're not gonna be talking about his YouTube channel per se, because my problem doesn't lie there. Small bits and pieces of the bigger reason why I'm upset with him, but it's not his content on YouTube. It's his content on Twitter. But now, for those of you who don't know who Pkrussl is, I guess he's a commentary YouTuber. Not exactly the kind of stuff that I do in some capacity, but he does review animation memes, right? Where, you know, like they do this cringy thing where they animate something with one frame and then animate the other shit as well. It's really stupid, and so he reviews that shit and then he mocks it, you know, basically. Like, he knows that shit's cringe and so he calls it cringe. You know, it's not that bad. So again, my problem doesn't lie there. Yes, he does make some videos here and there that are pretty bad. If you don't remember, I made a response video about how furries are actually good, and where I actually said, no, furries are actually pretty terrible. But, you know, everyone makes a video here and there that's pretty bad. That's completely understandable. But again, my problem lies with his Twitter account. Now, what has he been doing on Twitter that is such a big problem for us and for me? Well, my friends, he has been posting some spicy content on Twitter. Specifically, I think it was either on December 31st or maybe it was January 1st. I don't remember. It was during that time period. He posted a picture of his ass. His asshole, like his entire ass and balls, on Twitter, and that was the very first thing that I saw, you know, coming at January 1st. So that was a really good day. You know, I was telling myself, hey, it's gonna be a good year, and I started off my year by looking at another man's ass. Great, that's wonderful. Now you might be asking yourself, Rigozen, why are you looking at his ass? If you don't want to look at his ass, don't look at his ass. Well, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I am not purposely looking at his ass. I'm not purposely trying to cause some commotions up in this bitch. But here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Twitter has this weird feature where if you're following someone and that person likes something, Twitter automatically thinks that if that person likes it, then definitely you're gonna like it. And most of the time, that's not fucking true, alright? I had to mute several people because of that feature, alright? Like, hey, it's probably best to not be horny on main, to not eat and come in the same place, but hey, you do what you want to do, right? But I don't want to see that shit, right? So, Twitter, if you're listening to this, I highly doubt it, but humor me for a second. Please take that feature down. Goddamn. Terrible feature. I don't know why that's even a thing, but take that down and replace it with the ability to edit tweets. That'd be great. Thank you. Love you. Really don't. But of course, this isn't the first time that he posted something that was a little spicy. When he first got his fursuit head that he named appropriately Cum. That's right. He named his fursuit or his persona Cum. Great. Hilarious. You know, he posted not necessarily a nude, but he was like, he didn't have any clothes on. All he had was a goddamn thong or jockstrap, and then of course he showed his ass. I mean, like, sure, it's kind of nude, but also, again, not kind of nude, but again, not something I want to see on my Twitter timeline. But here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. You might be saying, Rigozen, he's a, you know, consenting adult. He can do with it whatever the fuck he wants on his Twitter account. And that may be true, but you gotta remember something. His demographic. This demographic, we can probably assume, are, you know, under the age of 18. I mean, let's be honest, though, with the content that he's making on YouTube, right? You know, little kitties are gonna come over here and be like, wow, this is pretty cool content. And so with that being said, you know, if they decide to go in the description down below, or if he tells them to look at his Twitter, what do you think they're gonna see? They're gonna see his full ass on display. And do you think that's acceptable, ladies and gentlemen? No. Absolutely not. That is terrible, and my god, he didn't even try to censor it whatsoever. I had to censor that shit. It was terrible. And I know what you're going to say, ladies and gentlemen. I've already seen it in the goddamn comments that he has already stated that his content is not for children, therefore he's not responsible. Well, I'm afraid that is not the case, ladies and gentlemen, because there is a responsibility to uphold, because It doesn't matter whether or not you say your content's not for kids, people still have the ability to watch your content, right? Like, you can't just tell people not to watch it because they're gonna watch it. You can't just simply put a screen over your content unless, actually you can. Actually, you can. I think you can turn your content into like 18 and older kind of stuff. You know, like I think that's a feature on YouTube. You can do that, but you lose a lot of money. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Pkrussl doesn't want to lose a lot of money. So with that being said, he's, you know, it's whatever. Also, another thing as well on his YouTube video, there was one YouTube video where he was completely nude, and then he blurred it. Obviously, I mean, if he didn't, you know, that video is gonna be taken down. That is if YouTube pays attention, but I'm pretty sure YouTube would at this, you know, at that type of thing. But I mean, still, is that really necessary? You know, like the type of shit that you do, you really have to be careful, especially with what kind of content that you're doing first. Yes, I know it's probably either for a joke or he was legitimately horny and he just decided, you know, I don't want to show these people my ass. It's just like, either way, it's still pretty bad. And also, gotta mention this as well. I think it's pretty hypocritical of them to kind of do this. You know, like if it's true that he just posted his ass, you know, out of a joke, that would be a sexual joke. A sexual joke that is not actually funny. You know, it's not funny. It's just, I don't want to call it offensive because I'm just gonna sound like a fucking SJW. It's not funny, you know, it's cringe. There you go. It's just cringe content. And why that's so hypocritical, if you don't remember, he made a review on Habsen Hotel, which really, either you gave a shit about it or you didn't give a shit about it. And when you gave a shit about it, you either liked it or you didn't like it, and you either thought it was racist or whatever. That entire situation was so fucked up. I was just like, it's a goddamn animation. Calm the fuck down. You're not gonna fucking die over some, you know, animation trope or whatever, or, you know, like a gay reference. Who gives a single fuck, right? But yeah, he made a review about it, and, you know, he was basically taking a shit about it, and that's absolutely fine. You know, it's fine to criticize something and say you don't like it, and you can give reasons why. And one of the reasons why he didn't like it is because the sexual references were, you know, a bit childish and just not funny. And lo and behold, look what he's fucking doing. He's making unfunny sexual jokes. I mean, hey, are we surprised? Are we surprised? No, I'm not. I'm definitely not surprised. So this is another reason why you really have to be careful of what furries you watch on YouTube, because they're all degenerates. They're all fucking degenerates. They're self-aware, or maybe they're not self-aware. You got some that are self-aware who don't give a shit, and there are people who are so ignorant to the fact that there's some shady shit going about in their fandom, that they're, you know, like parading that their fandom is the best fandom ever. That's a fucking lie. Calm the fuck down. You're just like, shut the fuck up. Honestly, do us all a grand favor and shut the actual fuck up. Now, obviously, someone's probably telling me to shut the fuck up right now, but hey, not everyone can shut the fuck up, so I mean, we're gonna have to deal with it. But again, ladies and gentlemen, you have to take responsibility in some shape or form, in some capacity, because you can't just simply say I can't take responsibility because my content's not for kids. You just can't do that. You just really can't do that in this kind of platform, ladies and gentlemen. Especially with the kind of content that you do. It would be understandable if he decided to post, you know, nudes on a separate account, one that is private and, you know, specifically says it's only for 18 plus, right? That would be okay in a sense that, you know, there isn't any lines that are about to be crossed in that sort of sense. But when he does shit like this, it's very dangerous, you know, like the kids can come across that kind of shit and just get destroyed right there and there, ladies and gentlemen. It's terrible. It's absolutely awful. This is why I really want to start the Furry Inquisition, right? To start correcting these people, to start to, you know, get them to realize that their fandom is not so great. It's not a wonderful place. This isn't fucking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. No, this is fucking China, motherfucker. This is where everyone gets fucking fucked in the asshole by your superiors or by 40-year-old men in giraffe costumes. That's a little reference there for those of you who, you know, understand the lingo. So at the end of the day, I really don't have a massive issue with Pkrussl and the content that he makes, but I do have a major issue with what he's done. I think it would be best and in everyone's interest if he deleted those pictures from Twitter. I think, again, it would just be for the best for all of us if he did that. But the likelihood of him actually deleting that is very unlikely, and he's probably gonna die on this hill that his content is not made for kids, so he's not responsible for any, minors looking at his ass, but really, there is. But I mean, hey, it'd be like that sometimes. That's basically all I wanted to say for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Watch yourselves out there, ladies and gentlemen. A war is brewing. And hopefully the great society that we live in today will side with me. And maybe we can live in a better society, one where furry degenerates are no more! Or maybe they are the actual minority. The furries are actual No, shut the fuck up. No. Furry fandom equals sexualized fandom. That's bad. Muy malo. Especially with the kind of audience that y'all have, right? That's a major issue. It needs to be corrected. How are we going to correct this? You'll see. You will see in the near future. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. And if you want to see more stuff like this, then subscribe and hit that bell notification to be notified of my next upload. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.